let's talk about the Inquisition, right? Now, the Inquisition is something important to me because I know it connects the Europe to the Americas, as it says here, because this is where they did Inquisitions at. It say throughout Europe and the Americas, right? And this is just a torturous act to convert Moors and Jews, etc., over to Christianity. I don't know what this is right here on the torture wheel, whatever they got him, but that ain't no Moor and it ain't no Jew. Regardless of the Israel movement that they pushing the darker hue people out from their land, the same thing they did here too. But hold up, before I get into that. Now, when they talk about Inquisition in the New World, right? They're talking about as Spain expanded into the Americas, right? Established in Mexico. Spain established Mexico. That's what Spain did. Then they talk about here how Protestants were likely tortured and burned alive. Did they do that in slavery, or did they do that to try to convert us into Christianity, into their religion? Which once they did that, they probably started laying low a little bit. Now they got the minds right now. They got the minds. If y'all sitting up here saying that this is in a new world, so we talking about the Americas at the time, and you talking about the Moors over here in America, right? So y'all didn't bring them over here. Y'all ain't gonna bring no Moors over here to torture them on a whole nother land. Y'all ass followed the Moors here to a whole nother land that y'all probably didn't know about. Yeah, we know y'all didn't know about it because y'all call it what? The New World. The Moors already knew about the world, so the Moors was over here. Y'all followed them because the Moors controlled the trade routes. But my thing is, you found them and either unalived them or sold them into slavery. This all sounds so familiar with the stories that they try to indoctrinate us with slavery. But instead of saying the term Moor, y'all say African. We Africans, right? Y'all like to alienate us from the land. But really, y'all came over here and found us already on the land. Y'all came over here and found us already on the land. I like what y'all doing because y'all really tell on y'allself. Y'all telling on y'allself. See, when you think about all this, the Spanish acquisition and stuff like that, bro, they even telling on themselves when they talk about how they forced Jews in castles were forced into ghettos. What do they do to all the black people now today? Huh? Y'all telling on y'allself. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all doing the same shit. History repeating itself. Really, it ain't got to repeat itself because y'all already did it and y'all never took y'all foot off our necks. That's why I'm telling you that a lot of people looking in the wrong direction. Which I need to be looking at is what these religions was doing. So the Spanish Inquisition reached as far as held territories in the Americas. Now we know where the Spanish territories are at in the Americas. How do we know? Because this the language that they speak in these countries. These are Spain-held territories in the Americas. You know what's crazy? They still use terms like this. Little Moriscos, right? Known as, just say Muslims, conversos, known as Moriscos, right? So Moors are Moriscos. You see that? M-O-R, my bad. I don't want to go there. Because it made me think of food when it said the word Morisco. Even though it's spelled M-A-R-I. This is a pollo Morisco. This is a Moorish dish. Watch, I'm finna. This how I know that these Spanish and all these other races are culture vultures. See, people be sitting up here talking, oh, you just talking outside. No, I read. Look here. right? Screw that. Let's skip to where I want to go to, huh? Where say Moor is at, huh? Blog passes a recipe for Moorish chicken from 17th century Spain, 18th century New Spain, which they call Mexico. So New Spain is Mexico, like I've been saying. I'm learning this off a food topic? Bruh, this is too easy. Morisco, Morocco. Bro, they playing with us right in our face, bro. All this from this book really called Little Morisco, right? Look, Morisco. That's how they say it in Portuguese. Like Saint Maurice. You know, stuff like that. Even that is like more, all that shit is Moorish. That's why I steady be tripping off y'all. Be like, oh, well, it's Latin America, but y'all speak Spanish. You guys don't understand that y'all are the colonizers. You don't understand that the darker hue people in those places are the original people of those places. They didn't come from Africa. They were already there. Y'all came there to the New World, which is Central America, North America, South America, the Americas. What are y'all come here doing? For who? The Spanish called them little Moors, right? They called us little Moors. This is what they called us back in the gap as a collective. So Morisco would be a Moor that they actually converted over to Christianity. And a Morisco, same word really, just different ways of pronouncing it, spelling it, because it's a different language, right? The Portuguese, maybe a little slight difference of the tongue. But although it's spelled like that, what does it mean? The same fucking thing. Which means a Moor, or little Moors. Huh? So look, using methods, forced conversions, the education of the Morisco children. What's the biggest problem in the so-called black community? Really the whole America at this point, because we all been taught the same thing. One size fit all, right? We all been taught general population, history. So they've been teaching us what they want us to know. They don't want us to go back and start looking up stuff to put the dots together like, hold up, wait a minute, motherfucker. So everyone is going against everything with, I don't give a damn if the black people pushing the Indian movement, whatever they pushing, and everyone going against it. Just remember, the ones that are going against it have been taught the same thing we are taught, and y'all are the colonizers. Especially if you ain't of the same essence. Even the Africans at this point are colonizers because they don't know, they don't care about us enough to look into our history, to look deeper into our what we looking into. You see what I'm saying? We looking into this stuff for our perspective, to uplift ourselves. All y'all are going against us because what? We are finding out new information that matters. It matters. Y'all the only ones going off the version what the colonizers taught us. Cause I know the same thing you know. I'm just know more because I'm looking more into myself, looking more into the history, etc., etc. So my thing is, if the Moors got a spell from Europe, right? They end up over here. Well, in 1492, y'all end up discovering them. Bro, it I don't know. And then they come over here torturing Moors, and not only that, conquering land. They steady tell you that this Spanish Inquisition was all in the New World. Canary Islands, Kingdom Naples, Spain. I mean, the Spanish possessed North America and South America. Bro, I'm telling you. So, the same way they invading the borders of the United States, they've been doing this. It's in their genes and nature.